What is up, everybody? Louis Marco here. Salute you wherever you are. And again, well, Kai Greene, forcibly so, and inevitably so, next to Arnold Schwarzenegger, of all people. This was last year. Anyway, I'm talking to Kai Greene quite frequently lately, and extensively so, right? Of course, I'm going to keep that on the low for obvious reasons, you know. This is why these guys talk to me, so there are things I cannot disclose. But I asked him a question like this. Kai, please do not go full Shakespeare on me on this one, and let me know the real thing, man. And he started his answer, his rather lengthy, very long answer by, "It's rather interesting seeing thee," and he went on for a rather poetic and quite intricate and enigmatic text, quite long, rivaling the Macbeth/Othello of Shakespeare of old. However, I gathered informations which are very interesting, right? And right now I'm gonna share with you and allow me to ask you as well to understand what is going on in the bodybuilding dynamic as we speak. On the side note, I also spoke quite lengthily to the girlfriend of Phil Heath. It was actually this morning, quite a respectful and lengthy chat as well. Of course, needless to say, I do speak to the Camel crew, who are basically behind Big Grammy. So these are the three top guys right now, right? Phil Heath, Kai Greene, and of course Big Grammy. And the talk is about Miss Olympia. As I mentioned before, the talk of the hour is Kai Greene being invited officially to Miss Olympia to participate without even being qualified, right? It happened to Kevin Levroni, of course, last year, but it's two different ball games, right? We're talking apples and oranges, with all due respect to Kevin, right? I mean, Kai Greene is another caliber when it comes to the physicality of his current state, right? Now, what I want you to do is to comprehend the new dynamic right here, right? You ought to know that this year these guys are doing this, obviously, in my opinion, and a lot of you guys, actually most of you guys do agree with this. They're doing this to try to hype Mr. Olympia for the lack of better promotion out there. I mean, the excitement is just not there, right? They dropped the ball, in my opinion. They dropped the ball of social media. These guys try to do it via rather old mediums, Flex Magazine and Muscular Development, with all due respect to them, but those paper mediums and medias are no longer having the same traction with you guys, the youngsters. I'm sorry, but you guys are generation 2.0, freaking millennials. You love social media. This is how I interact with you guys. Now, for the loss of that hype, in a sense, they try everything. And while Kai Greene is notably the most famous bodybuilder on earth, it is what it is. It is what it is. He is more famous. He gathered more traction than even Mr. Olympia for several reasons that I've discussed before, and probably I'm going to extend on in next videos. But the new equation that they put themselves in, I'm talking about the authorities. I mean the rulers of the IFBB, in a sense. They put themselves in a rather tricky and restrictive place right here. Imagine for a second that Kai Greene does accept coming to Miss Olympia. Imagine if he comes to Miss Olympia. Do you think it is feasible for them to not give him the title? Now think about it real deep. Imagine the upset of the fans who are already not content. You guys are discontent. They're not happy with the current situation of bodybuilding because it's not being hyped. All the majority of the athletes, you guys know, I talk to, and behind the scene they tell me and they voice they're somehow discontent about what's going on this year. There is not much hype. Nobody is competing. The hype is not there. There is no savior like last year, Kevin Levroni coming back from the 90s to bring some passion to it, right? We do thank him for that. Do you think they can afford to bring Kai Greene without giving him the Sandow? Imagine the upset. It will create huge upset. Everybody, each time he steps on stage back in the day, like 2013 and 2012, everybody was calling politics. That was back then. Imagine the extent of that drama this year. It will be even more. It will be huge discontent versus the IFBB. Do you think they can afford that in this kind of, I think they're in a weak spot in a sense. So they put themselves in a weak equilibrium of that equation. Comprehend what I'm trying to convey to you guys. If Kai Greene comes with these milestone shape of last year Arnold Classic, in my reckoning, this is my deep opinion after conversing with all the actors pretty much, most of them for that matter, in this new balance, I think they have to give him the title. It is as simple as that. It is as simple as they cannot ding him. I'm gonna tell you what, we all agree that this shape is a milestone of a shape, and it is a Mr. Olympia shape for that matter. We are in a subjective kind of pageant. So if he comes this close, even if Phil Heath is good, and granted Phil Heath was proper last year, especially from the back, but I'm sorry, nobody can tell me, hey, he smokes Kai Greene. Nobody can say that. Nobody can say that. And at the end of the day, a corporation, think about this guys, whatever you are, a corporation works with the profit in mind. This guy is money right here. Right now, I spoke to Kai Greene. Do you think that Kai Greene is happy or not? I'm gonna tell you straight up. Kai Greene is a very happy camper. When he sent me those freaking poetic long texts. Tell you what, he is not mad, Kai. He is not discontent or sad or things like that. He is quite positive. Matter of fact, the plans, he will be in India in July, and in August he will be in Pakistan and in China. I mean, these three countries put together, I think it's almost 3 billion people, man. Right? So he's going there. This guy is moving about. He's promoting the things. They're noticing that. And look at the shape. If he brings it, he has the tools to be Miss Olympia. And just tell me, think about it. Do you think they can, I'm asking this question times and again because it's very important, and I guess most of you guys will get the answer rather easily. Do you think they can afford to say no? It will be a major upset. I mean, the fans are already discontent with the current state of the balance. They're not liking the game. The athletes are not liking the game. They say promptly, I mean, ask Sergio Oliva, ask everybody, oh bro, the promotion is not there this year. I mean, what is Phil Heath? What is this and that? So if these guys come, I think they put themselves in a position where they can no longer refuse to give him the title. Because he is, I think he's the closest to Phil Heath. I mean, the last two versions we saw, we did not see Big Ramy as of yet. Granted, Phil Heath dominates from the back rather stupendously. We spoke about that extensively. His back just attracts the light. We have intricacies there, some abnormalities, ridges and this and that. And the hamstrings and the glutes just happen to match and be the best in the business right now. So from this, he is definitely just solid. He really is, right? Thing is, Kai Greene is not far away. I still think that the conditioning in the lower section, that of Phil, is just a tiny bit higher. Again, we did not see them one next to the other last year. But even if we give him the back, I mean, Kai is just not far away. I mean, look at that. This is subjectivity. We're talking about that, you know, it can go, the knot can go right or can go left. And by the way, this is a 2013 version of both of them, I think. So they both are different nowadays. From the front, I am sorry, the front double biceps, I give it to Kai Greene all day and every day. I mean, it's not even, think about it. Again, I think it's not the proper version of Kai, right? But I prefer, I mean, it's one of the least favorite pose actually when it comes to Phil Heath. I think it just doesn't get it right. The tilt one of Kai Greene is just more proper. This one here, he takes it all day and every day. I mean, this is not even subjective right there. I think that Kai Greene smokes Mr. Olympia in this one. Just flows better. Just flows better and goes into the logic of lately pretty much bringing back the aesthetic. Although they're both mass monsters, but Kai Greene is like Robbie Robinson on gains. Robbie Robinson on juice pretty much, right? And this one, again, one of the least favorite one of Mr. Olympia, Phil Heath. I think everybody in the top 3 gets it better. The top 4 for that matter gets it better than Phil Heath. Nobody. I mean, if you're a novice in the sport, let's say you're lifting since yesterday, you're freaking 18-year-old listening to me since a week ago, you can notice that Kai Greene smokes Mr. Olympia on this pose. He has a proper complete six-pack. We see feathers in these legs, and it just flows well. I mean, the fluidity of Mr. Olympia is just not proper. It just doesn't look good. Even the lats do not follow rather efficiently. The V-taper is not there. I mean, so many intricacies in the favor of Mr. the Predator. So he takes it here, right? So even if we give the back to Phil Heath, what I'm trying to say here is that the subjectivity is there. It can go right or wrong. And a lot of people were talking about politics back in the day. Do you think, for the 6th time asking the question, do you think that the powers that be can afford another controversy? They're trying to fix things. It is a corporation. They cannot afford to go down. I mean, look at the reaction. The most viral videos talking about this are quite negative. They're not cheering, hey, Kai Greene is back. No, they're saying, hey, listen, what the hell are you doing this? It's kind of too late. Are you trying to hype the thing with Kai Greene without his approval? And I can tell you, I mean, the last time I spoke to Kai Greene, he said, bro, I'm sorry, did not receive no calls, no emails, no official letters, right? That's it. So he's not there yet. But, and eventually if he comes, did they think about the equation they created to themselves? As far as I see it, if they bring Kai, I'm sorry, and if he comes in a decent shape, 95% of what he was as last year on a Classic, they give it to him in a silver platter. Here's the Sandow, Mr. Kai. I'm sorry. Here's the Sandow, Mr. Kai. You are the most famous bodybuilder. Where basically we're making you a king. Pretty much. We want you to relaunch our industry. You guys, I'm sorry, you guys love him more than everybody. Whatever the controversies he has, whatever the freaking Shakespeare he has, the kind of, you know, colorful kind of character, the way he poses. I'm sorry, you guys love Kai Greene. Admit it or refute it. The fact of the matter is, most people love this guy. When he goes, he brings the masses, he brings the dough. At the end of the day, a corporation, it's about dollars and cents, brother. Here's what it is. I'm showing these pictures to see the closeness of these two guys. They're really not far away. And this one, actually, I give it again to Kai. Last time I checked, it's called front leg spread. Front leg spread. I'm not saying front arms, right? I mean, the arms of Mr. Olympia Phil Heath, they're humongous. But then again, they overshadow the lats. I mean, what is the best front lat spread of history? Everybody would think about Dorian. Oh, these lats are Dorian-esque. Dorian, his arms were not overshadowing the lats. It was all about the lats. Matter of fact, he had no biceps, for Lord's sake. I mean, the bicep was so small, it's incredible, right? It's all about the lats, right? That's why we like that of Big Ramy. And in this case, the two comparison, Kai Greene all day and every day. What I'm trying to say here, I mean, even if the dominance of Phil Heath is rather stupendous and clear from the back, I think he will still take the back lat spread and also the back double biceps, arguably. But the rest from the front, no, I mean, the Kai Greene is pretty solid. So this is what's up, guys. I want to share with you the new equation here and think about it and ponder about it. It's not about passion right now. It's about being intelligent and comprehending the new dynamic that these guys put themselves in. As far as I see it, they're begging him to come back. They're begging him to come back. This is the new dynamic we are in. And after discussing rather extensively with the actors in this equation, X, Y, and Z, as far as I see it, my conclusion right now, the LUI, tells you that these guys put themselves in a very restricted position. You bring Kai Greene, even if Phil Heath brings his A game, the A game of Kai Greene is definitely subjective to receive the kingship, meaning they will give him the throne. Do you comprehend what I'm saying here? That's the new rule right now. They will do it, and you know what? Most of you guys will not complain. They know it. But if they bring him after begging him to come, bro, come to save the day, freaking Messiah, come back. come back. Do you think they can bring him back to not give him that? He's not Kevin Levroni, who came with freaking no legs at an advanced age. This is the top guy. And when I was chatting for the longest time with Phil Heath, each time he hears the name of Kai Greene, okay, what's up, man? Tell me more. Tell me more. He's very interested in Kai Greene. He doesn't care about Dexter, with all due respect, Sean Roden. He thinks about Kai Greene and Big Ramy. These are the two guys he knows that are coming strong and they're very, very close. So this is the new dynamic, right? And that's it. I wanted to convey this to you guys because it is what it is. It is the question right now, right? Kai Greene is in a very comfortable position. Even if he said, by the way, I said he will not come, right? We did not hear it from him officially. Kai Greene is very intelligent. He knows how to communicate to you guys and to the other powers that be via a third person, in a sense, via a middleman. And you know what? I'm happy to be that middleman. And right now, I'm asking the question to you guys because you are the biggest players. You, the fans, are the king's maker. You need to comprehend this. Nobody of you should tell me, bro, they can bring him and then, I'll give you like number 2 or number 3. It will be a disaster. It will be, everybody will cry out and they will definitely not salute them. It will be the end of them. The end of Mr. Olympia. That's how I see it now. That's what's up. I salute you wherever you are. Don't forget to like the video and tell me what you guys think about it. Please ponder this, take 2 scoops more and come back to me. Properly executed.